So now we will move on to the next learning of the day, which is a very interesting learning session as well, which will be conducted by none other than Toastmaster Asha George. She'll be taking us through the club success plan. She's another star trainer for us for today, and we welcome Toastmaster Asha George. Please, can you please spotlight her, Zoom Master? Is she here? Yes, thank you so much. Good morning, Toastmaster Asha. How are you? Good morning. So just to introduce Toastmaster Asha, she's been a Toastmaster for the past 7 years. She is a past Area 31 Director 21-22. She has had various leadership positions in Toastmasters. She's a project management enthusiast, learner, educator, and mentor. She has co-authored the book Blockchain Technologies, which is now prescribed as textbooks for many engineering and management institutes. Her current academic book, The Big Data Analytics, is under editing, and she's planning to release it in October this year. We wish you all the very best for the success of your book, Toastmaster Asha. Over to you for this session. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you, Toastmaster Kavita.
Yes, thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. And thank you for this opportunity to present the CSP session to all of you. So good morning, fellow Toastmasters, district and area leaders, and especially to the club leaders who are still with us this Sunday morning and soon to be afternoon. So to many of you, today is ideally supposed to be a day of leisure. But you are today committing your time in the pursuit of knowledge and taking steps to understand how best you can contribute in your current role to serve your fellow members. So before we start, I sincerely, from the bottom of my heart, I want to thank all of you, and for all of you to be cognizant of the fact that this is not a mere step that you have taken in being part of the ExCom or the executive committee of your club. One needs courage, you need dedication, you need heart. So thank you for taking this courageous, selfless step towards leadership in service for your club, for your members, and so by default for Toastmasters in general. Now, getting to the work at hand, an hour or so back, all of you just completed your club officers training for your specific roles. So now what? What is the next thing that you should do after this training? Now I know the chat is disabled, you're probably muted, but I want you to think about it. As you know, training or knowledge is not enough. It is a one-way street. And unless we apply it to others, this training will not be fruitful. And these trainings, which as a district, which we conduct, is intended to teach the club officers motivation, delegation, coaching, and smart goal setting. And the club success plan is the first step towards delivering club excellence. So now for the expectation, or let us just say the best practice, is for the ExCom, that is all the 7 officers plus the immediate past president, to meet up, to discuss, and to develop a club success plan. Not just any club success plan, but a plan that is based on the needs and the goals of the club members. And that is what we are going to, in the next, let's say 10, we are running short of time. So let's just quickly get to it. Let me first share my screen. I would like to say at this point that there is the club success plan template is actually available in the club leadership, as well as in the club officers tools in Toastmasters International as well. So what is a club success plan? It is nothing but a planning document, which actually outlines how we are going to grow, how we are going to train our leaders, how to educate our members, how to build targets, and what we want, how to achieve success. Now, this is not going to be difficult because TMI has proposed a template for that, and we will be looking at what that template is. Now, this is the first page of the template. It's nothing but giving you a summary of what is the goals that you need to achieve. Now, as an ExCom, you will first decide what you want your club to accomplish this year. Your goals, your visions, remember, it has to be attainable. They should be inspiring. And it should, without question, benefit the club members so that they are motivated to get involved. And they also help you in achieving the goals that you as the ExCom has defined for the club. You cannot reach your goals or you cannot make your club a success if you work independent of each other. I have seen situations where, excuse me, sir. I have seen situations in which, in the end of it, the whole work is being done only by the club president or by the club president and the VP education. But the club success plan states that all of you together should be working together and decide how you are going to reach your goals. It is not a one-man's job. It has to be with all of you working together. So let us take a look at the next pages of what the club success plan tells you. Committee values. Now the committee values is, we all know that we all hear of RISE, or we hear about the integrity, service, excellence, respect to individuals. But what other values do you believe that your club needs to bring into the table? Think about it, discuss it, and write it down. Maybe you want more interaction or more engagement from the people. So maybe you want to put a little bit of, let's say, honesty to really say where you stand as a club together right now. Maybe truthfulness, maybe courage to speak out. So put in those extra values which you feel, which can be the vision for your club and which you'll be handing over to the rest of the club ExCom members, the future ExCom members that are to come. See how you are going to discuss, interact when you're making a decision. It could be decisions on when you're planning your contest, or it could be decisions on, do you want to change the meeting timings? Whatever the decisions, how are you going to be doing it? Are you going to be doing it unilaterally, or are you going to be putting it to a vote for all the members of the club? So those committee interactions, how are these decisions going to be made? And if at all you have differences of opinion, how are you going to resolve these opinions? Those are things which upfront, if you pen it down, discuss and pen it down, it will bring a bigger engagement within your ExCom committee. And trust me, if there is an engagement between the ExCom committee, there will be a member engagement as well. Which brings us to the next question. Being honest and truthful about how engaged are your club members. If, and this is another statement which I hear quite often, and that is, I have to push my club members. I have to push them. We are pushing them to take up roles. Now, if you're pushing them, then it basically, if you're really honest with yourself, you are not having an engaged membership. So conduct the moments of truth. because moments of truth basically says how your interaction, how is each point in your interaction, how engaged your members are into service, into excellence. So score it down, be truthful to yourself, and this is going to be the foundation of the next goals that you are going to be achieving, which is simple enough. What is your next goal? Your education goals. Sit down and decide among you. You have all the results, everything in your hands, maybe from your previous VP education, or remember one main point, and this I cannot reiterate enough. Your immediate past president has to be a key person in this discussion that you're having towards preparing a club success plan, because only your past president knows the whole history of what has happened and what all you have done and how your previous club success plan was. So pick up that previous club success plan. You may need to work on it, grow from it, right? So now when you're making the member progress sheet, find out who are the members who probably can complete a level 1, who are the ones who can complete level 2, because it's not enough where you're saying, I'm going to achieve President's Distinguished, I'm going to achieve Select Distinguished, we are going to get 9 points. You need to look at it and see if you can achieve the 6 points. What are the obstacles that you are going to face? And let us say you have written the names of your members over here. How are you going to communicate to them? Are you going to communicate to them? Now, if you have decided, yes, Toastmaster Harry and Toastmaster John is going to complete level 1, probably Toastmaster John and Toastmaster Harry is not at all aware that you're expecting them to complete that level 1. So who's going to go and do that? Is it going to be the VP education? Is it going to be the member? Or sorry, the mentor? Or are you going to pick up the phone, call them, tell them, let the members know that they are an integral part of the club so that they can be a success in it, to making your club into a success. Because if you involve them and you let them know how they're contributing, I'm telling you, they will be motivated to participate. There are some who are actually afraid. You're stuck at a level 3, you're stuck at a level 4, because there is this fear in your head that, oh, this is going to be difficult, I'm not good enough. But how are you going to change that? Think about those things. How are you going to get them engaged? Do all of them know what Pathways it's about? Does everyone know what is the HPL project about? Does everyone know what is how easily you can perhaps do a level 4? Do they know that a level 4 can be started well in advance? So that some of these level 4s and level 5s actually take 6 months, 3 months to 6 months to complete. Are they aware of it? So do you need to conduct a pathway session for it, specific to the club? These are the strategies and tactics that you must think of, and you will think of when you get the names, and then when you try to see what are the obstacles in achieving those goals that you are planning. Now, from the education goals, you get to the member goals. Now, this is where I feel everyone is facing a challenge, and many clubs are facing a challenge. But I can tell you this, if you work on it right from the beginning, that is right now, and not wait till it's time for your renewal dues, etc., the membership goals are definitely achievable. Are you getting people engaged? Are you motivating your club members? Is your focus on having beautiful meetings, or is your focus on ensuring that you have at least 3 guests attending each and every meeting? If your focus or your goal is to have at least 2 to 3, which it should be, 2 to 3 guests attending it, then how are you going to achieve it? What is the plan that you're going to put in place so that you achieve it? What are the strategies and tactics that you are going to adopt? You cannot think of it on your own. As an ex-com, you can sit together, discuss, and figure out how you can do it. Do you need to bring the area into the discussion? Do you need help from the division? So unless you figure it out now, trust me, I'm not going to say you won't achieve it. I'm going to say it is going to be very difficult to achieve it. So work on your membership goals now itself, not what you're planning, but how you're planning. Always keep your baseline in mind. The reason for that is I know many clubs who have reached 5, 7, and even 9 DCP points, but they are not able to get the distinguished status because they have not got the minimum membership. So always keep this as a baseline and work towards your membership goals. Next is your training goals. Okay, I cannot see right now because I am in 198. Okay, when we started, we were at 233. So there are some, I mean, this is very easy. Some of the executive committee members who have come in just for the training, just to get that point on either Super COT 7 or just to meet the minimum requirement for the DCP. But it's more than that. Because with each and every training session that you attend, COT training I'm talking about, you are actually learning or relearning what you need to be doing. You can ask questions. At this point, I also want to say there is going to be another COT session early next year. In this coming 3 months, experience your role as an ex-com member, find the challenges, write it down. You just got a training session. You just got an input of information. Work on it. Work on it. Experience it. And then you are better placed so that when the next second set of training comes in, you can actually ask the questions. You know, I face this problem. What am I going to do about it? Hey, you said this, but this doesn't work. Can we do something else? So you can ask the questions. You can be more proactive during these trainings. Then we have the administration goals. This is pretty easy. Who does it? Normally the treasurer does it. Just in case the treasurer is on leave, the treasurer can put someone else on it. So that is one way. This is easy. And now this is the main thing. Once you have figured out the plan, right, it is important that all of you commit to it. And that can be done when you actually put pen to paper, sign it off, or all of you agree. Because this cannot be done by just the president or the vice president education. And remember, getting membership is not the role of only the vice president membership. It has to be a collective effort of the full club. And this needs to be communicated out. The role of a sergeant at arms is not just to open the meeting. The sergeant at arms can do a lot more. And this is what the club success plan is about. How exactly are you going to distribute that load? How exactly are you going to help each other to make your club into a success? There is one last thing in the club success plan, which really helps a lot. Remember, I said that you decide who gives, who informs, what is the action items. So you can put in those action items here, say who's responsible for it. And remember, don't put the responsible party as ex-com. Ex-com could mean anyone. Put specific names. This is my advice, a recommendation. Put it as a name. Don't put 2 names. As much as possible, put just 1 name. And it could be the president's names, it could be the sergeant at arms, it can be someone very important in the club. Maybe someone who let's say, who needs to complete his or her level 5. Maybe they need to do an HPL project. Give the responsibility of running the one of your contests, the club contest, give them the responsibility so that they can even achieve their level 5. So this is ways that you can motivate them. And you can use this as a template. You can change it. You can convert it into an Excel sheet and follow it up. And this helps quite a lot. Sorry, I don't know what happened here. Let me just go. So what is next? In short, review your last year's club success plan, see what worked, what did not work, refine and develop the plan and make specific goals, not just we are going to get distinguished, but go in, put in names, be specific so you can monitor it. Align. Now, as you heard of the club awards, there are a lot of clubs that say, we are not interested in getting awards. But let me tell you something. These awards, I mean, you're anyway working towards it. So why not try to get these awards, right? And this awards can also be a motivating factor for some of your members. So now personally, I always say this, I mean, I don't like being in contests. So I hate contests, but I know there are a lot of club members who enjoy it. So don't go by what you like to do, go by what everyone else likes to do. Think of the members, right? And incorporate members in a pathways project. And finally, have your, this is my recommendation because it has worked, but they say have regular XCOM meetings. I would recommend have monthly XCOM meetings. And if not monthly XCOM meetings, at least review the progress of your CSP monthly. Either the secretary or the VP or someone, assign a person to it who will actually report on a monthly progress of the XCOM. So this will actually work. And so to quickly, I'm in red. So honestly speaking, I want to leave you with this quote, but in short, your goals, your club goals can be achieved if you have a plan. And not just if you have a plan, but if you really believe in that plan that you have created, and if you act on it, then you will definitely achieve success for your club. So all the best. And I'm sure you guys will definitely be a success. Over to you. I think I'm already in red, so there's no time for questions. So.
Sure. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Asha, for being here and educating us on this session. Club success plan is extremely important. Thank you so much for being here. Everyone, learners, please, let's have a round of applause for Toastmaster Asha, please. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Asha, for being here.